From Caitlin Todd getting exhausted from working 17 hours every day, to Polly Perrette leaving because of the horrible work environment, here's the real reason why every main character left NCIS. Let's kick this off with Caitlin Todd. She bounced from NCIS because she just couldn't keep up with the whole showbiz thing. She was one of the first fancy agents on the team, and before that, she worked as a Secret Service agent on Air Force One, reading people's minds like a boss. But man, she couldn't believe how often NCIS broke the rules. Todd's exit in Season 2 shocked everyone. Right in front of her crew, she got shot in the noggin by that sneaky Mossad double agent and big-time bad guy Ari Hazwari. Yikes. The plan was for Alexander to stick around for a solid 6 seasons, but she dipped out after Season 2. The big boss at the time, Donald Belisario, said Alexander didn't have the juice to handle the crazy filming schedule, 24 episodes a season for like 10.5 months a year, clocking in at 17 hours a day. Wow, that's a marathon! But you know what? Alexander doesn't regret her choice. She's living the dream now, having more time for family and creative freedom that she wouldn't have if she'd stuck around. But she wasn't the only one who couldn't take the chaos that came with the show. Michael Weatherly also went through something similar. He rocked alongside Harmon, bringing the awesome character of Anthony DiNozzo to life for 13 whole seasons. But in 2016, he dropped the bombshell that he was retiring from playing that character. Big news, right? Wait till you hear why he left, because he took to Twitter and poured his heart out, saying how much he'll miss the crew and cast, who were basically his family at this point. And let's not forget the fans all over the world, they got a shout out too. He thanked them all and called it one heck of a ride. But in a later interview, Michael spilled the beans on why he walked away. He admitted he was feeling burnt out after 13 long years on the show. But retiring from the series didn't really hurt his career, because soon after, the perfect opportunity came knocking. He got offered a starring role in a CBS legal drama bull. Now that's perfect timing. He even added that he was ready for a new challenge, and so he left. You know what though? He was satisfied with his decision. He said it felt like completing a full circle, and he was genuinely happy with how his character's journey ended. But while he willingly decided to leave the show, others were kicked off. I mean, take poor Dwayne Henry, for instance. He burst onto the scene as MI6 agent Henry Reeves in Season 13, and everyone loved him so much that he became a main cast member in Season 14. But then, just a year later, they gave him the boot. Apparently, the folks in the writer's room were scratching their heads about what to do with his character after the showrunner who created him passed away. So they decided to go for the big shocker and kill him. Ouch. But don't you worry, there were no hard feelings. Dwayne himself said he had the best exit ever in an interview with TV Line. He said his final farewell to the show in 2018, and the universe smiled upon him, 'cause in 2019, he landed a role in the awesome superhero blockbuster Captain Marvel. Though while Dwayne didn't say a word about what they did to him, Cote DePablo didn't sit around waiting for the writers to ruin her character. Fans instantly fell head over heels for her character. But their happiness didn't last that long, because she pulled a fast one on us. Out of the blue, she left the series in 2013, right at the start of Season 11. And let me tell you, it wasn't an easy decision for her. She later spilled the beans, calling it an overwhelmingly hard thing, and admitting it was downright terrifying. At first, Cote kept it vague, saying it was a personal thing that led her to leave. But then she spilled more tea, revealing that she didn't think the NCIS writers were treating Ziva right. She felt Ziva wasn't getting the respect she deserved, and they were planning to send her back to Israel to live a miserable life. No way, Jose. Cote wasn't having any of that. But even though she was unhappy, she kept the door open for a comeback. She said if someone could come up with a fantastic storyline, she'd be up for it. And you know what? The stars aligned in Seasons 16 and 17 when Cote made her grand return for a 4-episode arc. Since saying goodbye to NCIS, Cote DePablo's been keeping busy. She's popped up in a bunch of films and TV miniseries, showing off her talents on both sides of the camera. In fact, in 2019, she even produced a movie called Mia. But she's not the only one who had issues with the writing, because director Jenny Shepard also left for similar reasons. She took the reins of NCIS in Season 3, and while she was just a recurring guest initially, she quickly became a full-time member of the NCIS crew for 2 whole seasons. She brought a mix of professional rivalry and old flame vibes with Mark Harmon's Special Agent Gibbs. And it was amazing. But here's the scoop straight from Lauren Holly herself. She got a bit bored with the role of Director Shepard, so the powers that be made a decision. They decided to give Jenny Shepard a final exit toward the end of NCIS's 5th season, and they really went all out. Not only did they diagnose Shepard with a fatal illness during that season, but they also sent her off in a dramatic shootout. Turns out, an old mission's failure came back to haunt her, and she paid the ultimate price. But hey, in the world of TV, even death can't keep a good character down. Later, she made some guest appearances in seasons 9 and 12 of NCIS. Yep, she just couldn't resist popping up every now and then to keep us on our toes. There was also Jennifer Esposito, who left us hanging dry. She played Alexandra Quinn, one of the 2 characters created by the late showrunner Gary Glasberg. Quinn joined the team in season 14, adding to the ever-changing lineup of personnel working with Gibbs and his crew. But she didn't stick around for long. Unfortunately, Glasberg's death left the show in a bit of a bind. His sudden death led to some changes in the cast, and Quinn's fate was always meant to be a bit more short-term. Jennifer Esposito herself took to Twitter to shed some light on the situation. She explained that Alexandra wasn't supposed to be on the show for a lengthy period, so her departure from NCIS wasn't as surprising. But hey, don't lose hope just yet. There's always a chance that Quinn could make a comeback at some point. When she left the team, it was to care for her mother who'd been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. So, the door's still open for a potential return in the future. And finally, there was the most scandalous exit of them all, Polly Perrette. She was the original gangster of NCIS who brought the iconic character Abby Ciuto to life. She started her journey on the series JAG and stayed with NCIS for 15 seasons. But when she said goodbye to the show, it sent shockwaves through the fandom for several reasons. The most major thing was the cryptic comments Polly made on social media about an incident on set that created a toxic work environment. She basically accused Mark Harmon, her co-star, of bringing his dog to work, and unfortunately, the dog ended up biting a crew member. The incident was serious, as the crew member needed 15 stitches. When Perrette raised her concerns about the situation, she felt like her voice was silenced. In her own words, Perrette tweeted, "I am terrified of Harmon and him attacking me. I have nightmares about it." And then, in a now-deleted tweet, she mentioned fighting to prevent Harmon from bringing his dog to the set. She then claimed that she was physically assaulted for saying no and lost her job. In response to Perrette's allegations, CBS issued a statement, acknowledging that she'd raised workplace concerns over a year ago. They said they took the matter seriously and worked with her to find a resolution. The network also said that their commitment to maintaining a safe work environment on all their shows. And after her departure from NCIS, Perrette landed the lead role in the CBS sitcom Broke. Unfortunately, the series was canceled after just 1 season. And after the setback, she finally decided to retire from acting. So, from Polly Perrette leaving because of the horrible work environment, to Caitlin Todd getting exhausted at working for 17 hours every day, that's the real reason why every main character left NCIS.